In the city slums, a young mother named Ada buried her baby, Amora. The neighbors helped dig a shallow grave under a mango tree. There was no money for a coffin, just white cloth and tears. But that night, while lightning cracked above the rooftops, Ada heard something strange. A baby laughing. It sounded exactly like Amora. She froze. And then she heard it again, from the direction of the grave. Ada ran out barefoot in the rain. The mango tree stood tall, unmoved by the wind. But beneath it, something shifted. The earth was slightly open. Not dug, not disturbed by animals. Just open, as if something had pushed up from inside. She screamed. But there was no one around to hear. Only the tree. And the sound of a rattle rolling across the mud. The next morning, the woman next door knocked. "My baby," she whispered. "He's acting strange." The baby, barely 6 months old, sat up like an adult. His eyes were wide, watching. And when he saw Ada, he smiled. The smile was the same as Amora's. Ada stumbled back, tears filling her eyes. The baby laughed, then whispered, "Mama." Desperate, Ada opened her drawer. She pulled out the only photo she had of Amora. But the face was gone. Not torn, not burnt. Just gone. The baby's body was there. But the face was white space. As if it had never existed. Suddenly, her phone lit up. New photo detected. She opened her gallery and found a picture of her sleeping, with a baby's face next to hers. 2 nights later, Ada returned to the grave. The mango tree was still there, but the grave was no longer under it. It had moved 6 feet to the left. The neighbors said no one had touched it. She knelt down to touch the dirt, and it was warm. From beneath, something knocked. 3 slow knocks. Knock. 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 Ada ran, screaming. At dawn, Ada discovered deep scratches on her belly. As if something had clawed her from the inside. Blood had soaked into her wrapper. And just above her navel, a faint shape was visible. A baby's handprint. She screamed and ran to the street. But everyone looked at her like she was mad. Until an old homeless woman stopped her and said, "You buried her in the ground, but her spirit found a way back through you." That night, Ada returned home, trembling. She had packed up all of Amora's things since the funeral. But when she walked into the room, the little wooden rattle her daughter used to love was lying in the center of the room, spinning by itself. Then the door slammed shut behind her. A baby's giggle echoed through the walls, and Ada passed out. That night, in her sleep, she had a dream. A fire, a forest, a group of babies, burned and deformed, crawling from the ground, crying. One by one, they reached for her. Then her own baby appeared, but her face was no longer sweet. Her eyes were empty sockets. Her smile was sharp and inhuman. She whispered, "You left me there. Now carry us all." Ada woke up screaming. Her bed was wet, not with sweat, but with mud. Desperate, Ada found a man in the slum known as Papa K, the man who could dig up cursed graves for a price. He wore bones around his neck. He smoked something that smelled like burnt hair. "Your baby spirit is not alone," he said. "The land is full of them. The forgotten ones. They are using your child to open a gate. If you want peace, we must dig her up before the 30th day." Ada nodded. Her hands were shaking. At midnight, they reached the grave. Papa K began digging. With every scoop of soil, the ground shook slightly. Then, the shovel hit something soft. A baby's cry echoed through the graveyard. The sky turned black. The wind screamed. Papa K opened the coffin and gasped. Inside was not just Amora's body, but the faces of 10 other babies, crawling out from under her. Papa K began to chant. His eyes rolled white. They were dumped here, one by one. Unwanted. Cursed. Forgotten by men, but not by the gods. As he sprinkled ash around the open grave, shadows rose from the ground, small figures, children-sized, floating, faceless. They surrounded Ada. And from their midst, her baby, Amora, appeared, glowing, reaching for her mother. But when Ada tried to hold her, Amora's face melted into black worms. Papa K screamed, "Don't touch her. That's not your daughter anymore." But it was too late. Amora spoke with a voice far older than any child. "You gave me to the earth. Now give yourself, or we'll come through her again." Ada fell to her knees. She looked up at the spirits and whispered, "Take me. Just let her go." The wind stopped. The spirits paused. And Amora smiled. The moment she said the words, "Take me," the sky tore open with thunder. Papa K collapsed. Ada's body began to rise slowly into the air. Her eyes rolled back. Her mouth opened wide, but no sound came out. A thick smoke poured from her body and flowed into the coffin. Then, silence. Her body dropped, lifeless. The baby was gone. And the spirits vanished into dust. 3 weeks later, a woman was seen walking through the slum, barefoot, dressed in white, holding a wooden rattle. People said she looked like Ada, but Ada was buried. The woman didn't speak. She only looked at babies. And when she passed, the baby stopped crying and smiled. Some say she's not alive. Some say she's not dead. But everyone agrees on one thing. Every baby in the area now sleeps with their eyes open. And in the dead of night, if you put your ear close to the grave of any child in that cemetery, you'll hear it. A soft giggle, a rattle, and one final whisper. "Mama, I'm not alone anymore." This story was originally written by KeneFolktales. For more touching stories like this, please like, share, and subscribe.